Hello, this is Tanmay, and today I'll be telling you about how we are going to store some details or some information onto our data layer. So, storing details on our data layer will help us in a lot of aspects. We can use a lot of variables that we can configure for the same that can provide us some really important information. So, as previously mentioned in the videos, data layer can be viewed by going to the preview section of our Google Tag Manager. So once we open the preview section of the Google Tag Manager, we will be connecting it to the website and there will be a pop-up of the same. Now, if I drag here, if I scroll on this website, also right now I'm interacting with my website. So what you'll notice is that all my changes are getting tracked here. Now, some interesting facts about data layer is that uh, as we keep on interacting with our data, the data is getting pushed onto the data layer continuously with each sequence happening. So if I tell you about the scroll depth number 6, that is the event that happened on the 6th number, and if I go to this, then you'll see some of the parameters that are added here in the data layer. So throughout the user journey, data layer is getting updated and it's being added with some new values. So we can track our user easily. So you can see here that in the event model, right now its percent scrolled is 90 because it is tracking the scroll depth threshold. Also, there are certain variables that are either running on data layer variable or are some inbuilt variables. So we usually depend on the data layer for getting the value of these variables. So right now the click text is undefined because I haven't clicked anything. So if I just click a button on my website, so let me click about here. So you'll see that I have clicked the about button and I go to this link click that I did lastly, you'll see that the click text is now about. So like this, the data in our data layer is being updated all the time and we are able to get right now this click text is not in our data layer, but it's in our variable section, but we can get it inside data layer. I'll show you how we are going to do that. So first I'll just close my preview. Yeah. So on coming back to our workspace, what we can do is we can go to tags and we can create a new tag here. And this tag will be, right now we will be using custom HTML for the purpose. Now in custom HTML, we know that we are going to use a script. So I have inserted a script tag here. And inside this, we know the data layer in our system or in our Google Tag Manager is named as this. So it's nothing but a JS object that we are going to push something inside. Push means to insert some values inside. It's a function. You can check its syntax on the net. And inside of this, I am going to pass on a key with its value. So the key is supposedly demo txt. I specify this as the key. You can specify your own. And the value will be about. I'm creating this custom HTML tag for tracking the about click that I showed you. So this is it. And in the trigger section, what I'll be doing is I will be creating, we'll click on the add button and we'll create a new trigger of just link clicks. Now, as we know that I am not tracking all the links, I'll choose some links and here I'm going to select click text. I showed you on the data layer that the click text is coming to be about and it is contains, and I'll write here about. I want to track all the clicks that happen with the click text about, and also I want to specify the URL. It should contain. You know that after clicking about button, we are navigated to this page, so that we can be a bit more specific on what about button we are talking about. So what I'll do, I'll just name this as out click, and I'll just save it. Now, when I'll just save it, a trigger will be created and it will be attached to this tag. Now we'll move ahead and save this tag also. So I'll name it about tag. Yeah. So when we'll save it, you'll see that it will appear here. And now if I review it, we'll just connect to our website. And so what you'll notice, I have captured this button, the about button that is on our navigation bar, and I'll click it. So we are directed towards the about.html, and the changes are also reflected in our page. You can see this on this link click. Our tag fired is about tag, and it is succeeded in firing. And if I show you, the trigger is about click, and in the click text we are getting about. Also, if we navigate to the variable section, you'll notice that the same the same click URL is also present. It contains about, and the click text is about. So like this, we have also we have added this into our variable section, and using this we can always use the variables that are coming around, and after that we can always view our data layer if something happened here, and we can track the changes here. So if I click on the message here, you'll see that I have successfully appended demo text about here. So the push is successful. Now I'll just close it. And what I'm going to do is I'll be tracking a new button now. So I'll create another tag for this purpose. This will again be custom HTML. Again, we'll write the script tag here. Inside this script tag, I will be doing the same. The capital L. This you should make sure the name. This is the naming conventions we use in JavaScript. And right now I'll be pushing. I check out my website. I'll show my website that what all other buttons are also there. So you can see there's this jewelry button, and we can, if we click on it, we get this jewelry.html. So we can use this button also. So right now I'll be doing the same. I am creating use the same demo txt that I used previously, and the value of this key will be jewelry, and I'll just so this is the value that we are going to push it in the demo txt of the data layer, and definitely we'll have to create a new trigger for this. So I'll create a new trigger here, and just some link clicks. Here we'll choose click text contains jewelry, and I'll again make this capital just to be sure. And here the click URL contains jewelry, because as I showed you, it contains jewelry.html. Name of this trigger will be jewel. jewelry. Use your own naming conventions, and I'll just hit save. Once this tag will be saved, now it is also connected to the preview of our website. So we'll just check if that's also working here. I connect my website, and now if I click the jewelry button, we will be directed towards the jewelry.html page. And if I see the changes, okay, so it's not loaded up right now. We'll check that again. If I click the jewelry button now, and if I see the changes up here, so right now the jewelry tag is not fired, and okay, so there is some problem with the connection. I'll just reopen it. Okay, so the Google Tag Assistant has successfully connected now, and if I click on the jewelry button now, I will be directed towards the jewelry page, and what you'll see there is a link here. Link click, and you can see the tag fired is jewelry tag that I created. And in the message, if we go, you'll see that the variable is in the click text value has jewelry string inside it. And if we look onto the data layer, now the demo text is jewelry as we intended. So that is how I demoed how we are going to update the data layer using the using our variables. So I'll just right now close it, and let's close both the things. Or yeah. So right now, what I want to tell you is about tag and jewelry tag are two separate tags that are doing the same thing. Now, this is not a very good usage of resources. So what we are going to do is we will create only a single tag for this thing. So what I'll do is I'll just delete the jewelry tag, and I'm going to merge it in the about tag. So if now I go to about tag, I'll simply make one change to the demo.txt variable. So here I am writing a hard coded value that is about, or it can be jewelry, but Google Tag Manager is very optimized, and it also provides us with some variables. I'll show you how. So what you can do is you can just open a double bracket, and you can select this variable here, click text. Always remember to keep this thing inside double quote. So what we are doing here is we are actually getting whatever click text is there. It can be jewelry, about, and we are pushing it directly into the demo.txt. No need to create a separate tag for the same. And always remember now, for the trigger purposes, you can see here about click is added here. But as we know, we'll have to add the jewelry trigger here. So I'll just simply select here. So in the same tag, we have added two triggers now. So whenever one of them fires, this thing will happen, and whatever the click text is there, it will be pushed into the data layer. So right now, only a single tag is there. I'll just rename this as well so that it is a bit more relevant. So instead of naming it as about, I'll say custom tag, and I'll just save it. Now, if we preview it, what you'll notice that even if I am using the same tag, both the triggers are connected to this, and they will also get the value of click text. So if now I click, let the website load, continue. Now first I click about.html, the about page loads up, and now I click jewelry.html. So I have interacted with my website, and if I show you the interactions that have happened, so in this, well, when I click the first link, then you'll see that the custom tag is being fired here, and also the click text was about. So right now we'll also see the message here. We can see the demo.txt was appended as about. So that is how we have integrated uh, two different tags into one, and also the custom text is coming onto the data layer, and we can definitely use that data layer to access those variables and use it for our other purposes. So this is how we are going to store details. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.